clammy hands. Hello.
Hello, I'm Ellie.
I'm Maddie.
And we are the co-founders of Found by Mavericks.
And this is our YouTube channel. Me and Ellie have known each other since we were about 11 years old. Let's fast forward. We both had side hustles whilst working in advertising.
We were chatting one day about how much we love fashion, we love editorial photography, and we were like, oh, what's the best segue into doing that? And it was wedding photography.
So Madly & Co was born.
Yeah, Madly & Co, which was a ride. It was such a good time. We had some really
we had a good time. We worked out very quickly this is not our thing.
But we also found that we worked really well together.
Yes.
That we both had the same eye for editorial photography. So we're in our midlife crisis. It's just been lockdown and we're both not really liking our jobs and not sure about the wedding thing.
What do we do?
What are we going to do?
What are we doing? We both realised our love for fashion. And during my first job, I worked with probably one of the leading fashion boutiques in the world now. That's where I got an insight into how quickly garments can be made, how cheaply they can be made, and how bad this whole cycle is for the environment.
When we started going, wait, so what is sustainable fashion?
There is such a disconnect at the moment between a product showing up at your door and the detrimental effects that that product might be having on the environment.
Totally. And we started looking at New Zealand, which was really quite interesting when you think about there's some amazing designers, don't get us wrong, that are doing amazingly well in the sustainability space, but their price point is unattainable for your average Joe. Well, for me anyway at the time. Or you've got the likes of H&M, Zara, fast fashion brands that are so cheap. Or Shein, you go online, it's at your door and the next day, like it's actually ridiculous. And there was just no in between. So it got us thinking.
There's space for us.
So we were going, shit, we could do this. Maddie has digital background.
Yeah.
I've got digital UX, customer experience background.
Yin and yang.
We're both photographers, we can make our own content. Hold on, let's just double check this stuff. Let's just double check. So here came this big research piece, which was super, super important for us to actually validate. It wasn't just us who was thinking this.
Yeah. A, do you care about sustainability? B, is there enough education about sustainability? And C, are you willing to pay slightly higher prices for a more sustainable and ethical product? And what's the conclusion? Yes!
The conclusion was yes.
The conclusion was yes.
And
people want to do good by the environment. They really do.
Yeah, they absolutely. But what is sustainable? What is a sustainable item? How do I know?
Who do I trust?
Yeah, it's all this greenwashing. This Zara top for $5 is ethically made on its label. I mean,
what? Excuse me, what?
We can do this. Let's try to do this.
We can do this. We're doing it.
So this is like Jan. This is like Jan Feb.
Yeah.
Of 2021. So we validated the problem. The problem is people want to shop sustainably, but they don't know how and they don't know where.
And the biggest problem being, how do you make sustainability cool? You know, when people think sustainable, they're thinking linen, trade aid, recycle, whatever. That's amazing, but from a consumer point of view, and from someone like myself who's obsessed with clothes, I want something funky, cool, wearable, different.
And we knew designers around the world that were doing this already.
Yeah.
Some incredible designers who are attainable prices as well, but New Zealand hadn't seen the likes.
Hadn't seen them. The next challenge.
Next challenge.
How do we get designers on board? Marketing 101, first of all, you need a name, you need branding, you need an ethos, everything under the sun. Did we have any of that, Ellie?
Zero.
Let's start with the name.
Start with the name. And we needed to act quite fast because we knew that these products take a long time to create. So we were going, okay, we want to be unconventionalist, we want to be unorthodox to the fashion industry. What does that mean? And we went quite far and wide. There were some pretty average, shocking names. And we ended up thesaurusing, is that a word? Thesaurusing. What is an unconventionalist? And it was a maverick. So we were going, what if these clothes were found by a maverick? and what if we were Mavericks? Maybe we remove the S and make an X.
Found my Mavericks.
Born!
So we got the name.
And then everything else was quite it rolled on. We kind of knew exactly where we wanted to position ourselves in the market. We wanted to be different, and so that came along with the branding as well.
Yeah.
So we knew we love red, wanted to be fiery and
Edgy,
bold.
Yeah, different. Now we have to get designers on board. We started, I had a long list of designers I already loved and knew, and we had to find more ethically and sustainably sourced designers.
And it was quite strategic in that approach because we knew we needed to get credible designers so that people would actually come to our site and be like, oh, I love that brand. We need to get edgy, unique, new people that no one's ever seen, and then also just stuff that we absolutely loved.
And so we wanted to support the small players as well.
Definitely. So I was introducing the small players with the big players and didn't find anyone else really doing that in the market either. So that was another ideally unique selling proposition for us.
Step 2, cold emailing every designer under the sun.